So started the day with an easy run, just going around the block, just relaxing. Wake up in the morning, drank a little bit of water, just threw on the laces. So then I had a smoothie after that. Forgot to film it. That was 7 bananas and 5 strawberries. Delicious. And now, lunchtime, just some rice and salsa. So yeah. So just got done with an interview with Dr. McDougall. Now I'm going to run to work. We'll see you there. So with the bike. Take the bike. Don't take the car. Take the car only when you need it. Take the bike. Work's like 2 miles away. Why would I take the car? Even if it was raining, why not take the bike? It's fun. It's really fun. So, gonna take it out. See you on the road. Up to 1/3 of the grains of sand on any beach in the world, up to 1/3 is plastic. Up to 1/3. The planet is slowly becoming plastic. I think there should be a law, there should be a thing, there should be a decree that says that everyone should be forced, everyone that throws out garbage, throws out trash, throws out stuff, should pick up trash at least once, twice in their life. You start to see what our consumption does. Not being pessimistic at all. If anything, it's optimistic, because things are really screwed up by the baby boomers. If you think about it, because the baby boomers, 1950, born end of 1940s, early 1950s, even the 60s, these people sort of grew up in when the economy was the best. 1920s, yeah, the economy was great, but 1950s, if you were a white man, things were great. You can get anything you want. Jobs were plentiful. Money was plentiful. Cars, everything. That's when the consumer culture started to happen. That's when the capitalist machine started going nutso. So my parents, probably your parents, well, depending how old you are, I don't even know. But my parents, baby boomers. And they bought into the whole sort of capitalist system. Not saying my parents did. Yes, they did. Maybe they didn't. No, they didn't. But now us, the younger generation that has come from that, has not grown up in that. I was born in 1991. And that was sort of like the end of it. But growing up, high school, end of middle school, high school, college, you see the reality of everything because it's transparency. With the internet, you can see what's happening in Nigeria, in Colombia, where all the flowers come from that you're giving to your mom on Mother's Day or Valentine's Day. Supported on the backs of these women who nobody gives a shit about. They're paid nothing. And they're treated like, prisoners. So we could see the reality of what's going on. We can choose to make a difference. We could choose to go into fields of work that work to be the change and not continue the status quo. We can do that. And a lot of us are already doing that. A lot of people are involved in good work. Yes, some of us are still bought into the whole, 1950s, let's just push consumerism, let's just push capitalism, let's see where it can go. Yeah, some of us are into that, but most of us aren't because we don't want to live in that world. We see what it is. We see that we don't want to live in the world where 1/3 of the grains of sand aren't even sand, they're plastic. We don't want to live in that world. We want to live in a world of community. We want to live in a world of happiness, of meaningful work, of not overwork, of rest, of taking time for the things that matter to you. Taking time to listen to something like this. That's the kind of world we want to live in, and that's the world we're creating. So this is an incredibly optimistic video. Didn't mean to talk about this stuff at all, but you have to. The thing we have to do is we just have to wake up, because once we wake up, then we choose to say, "Whoa, reality is actually like this. Whoa, things are actually like the way they are. Huh? Well, what can we do to change it?" A problem is just, or a bad situation is just a problem looking for a solution. That's what I tried to say. So I'm not that eloquent, but that's what it means. That's all a bad situation is, or a terrible situation. It's just a problem looking for a solution. So when you take that mentality, you lose the victim mentality, and you say, let's do it. Let me tackle the challenge. Let me tackle up the hill. Let me tackle up the climb. Be a warrior or be a lame-o. That's all I got to say. So I'm going to keep picking up trash. I'll stop ranting so I can pick up trash. This plus this equals convertible. Enjoy the sun. Burn fat, not oil. So I'm taking these carrots. I'm cutting them. I'm throwing them in here. So all we're doing is just steaming this. So you just cut it the way you want it. Steam it. Throw the top on. Good to go. And you could add fresh chives if you would like. So welcome to Carb Town, USA. This is just sweet potatoes. That's one baked potato. But sweet potatoes, steamed, vegetables, easily done, super satisfying, super delicious. You won't crave anything after this. So this is round number 2. Same thing, we're looking at the same thing. You always want to wait till it cools down. You don't want to damage your teeth. You don't want to get burnt. Oh, satisfying, delicious. The only thing I would recommend is make sure these are cooked. These are pretty raw. Make sure you steam your vegetables. If you're going to steam them, make sure they're done. Don't get excited like I was and forget to actually cook them. So Q&A. Here we go. So we get a question from Giovanni. Giovanni basically wants to know how to do this diet. How to eat healthier when your family is not eating healthy. So Giovanni's 16, almost 17, and basically the question is that. So what I would do is I would say, okay, what is in this house that I can eat in this moment? The next meal. Don't think about the future. Don't just think about the next meal. So if the best thing you have in the house, which is what you said from the list you gave me, you said meat, hardly any vegetables, fried crap, refined sugar laden and fat Twinkies and sweets and all that kind of junk, and white rice. So my advice would be to eat the white rice as your meal. If that's what your family has right now as a staple, use that. But I would also say, look, mom, dad, grandpa, whoever's in your house, say, look, I want to try and eat a certain way. Don't say healthier, because then they might get defensive and they might not do it. So right now, your goal is to eat healthier. So you say, look, I want to try to eat a different way. And, I've heard really good things. I've researched. I don't know if you have, but I would research stuff. I've researched it, and, I want to try this diet, and I need your support. Okay, will you support me? Mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, whatever. If they say no, then move out. But most likely they'll say yes. If they love you, they'll say yes. So after they say yes, say, okay, well, I'm going to come shopping, and we're going to buy some stuff. It's as easy as that. Just propose it to them, but don't say, I want to eat healthier, because then they're going to say, well, what do you mean? I cook for you. You mean this isn't healthy? Well, it's what I have, so you're going to either eat it or go away. So it's best to sort of be diplomatic, but be honest and say, I really want to try this new way of eating. I'm interested in food, and I want to try this new way of eating. Will you support me? It's as easy as that. So, that's my tip. I don't know your financial situation, but you said, a cheap way to do this. This is cheap. If you go to any sort of bulk food store, you can get white rice, super cheap. Pounds and pounds of potatoes, super cheap. Cheapest foods on the planet are carbohydrate, starch foods. Yeah, fruit is great when you could get it. And talking about your situation, I would prioritize the starch. because if your parents are tight, they're not going to want to buy fresh fruit every single week. They're going to say, okay, here's a bag of potatoes, and make do with that. So, which you can, and you could be super healthy on that. But so that'd be my advice. I would say I would try and affirm to them that it's not expensive. It's not nearly as expensive as the way they're eating currently, and that's just the upfront cost. You're not talking about the heart disease, the constipation, the angina, the clogged arteries, the diabetes, the medications. You're not even taking into those costs. It's just the upfront cash register cost. So, I mean, you know your parents, you know your family better than I do. I don't know them all. But basically, it's not as hard as you think. It's just be a little bit diplomatic, but have a dialogue with them. So, keeping this video short, so we'll do one question. So like this video if you like this video. If you don't, who cares? Easily done. Vegan diet, plant-based diet is easily done. You have more energy. After work today, I went for a spin up the hills, local hills. I forgot how steep they were. Reminds me how much more I need to train. But it's fun. It's fun getting on the bike, putting in the tunes, going by the beach, talking to people. It's good fun. So this is Jaybird signing out. Thanks for watching. So like I said, like this video if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see more of these videos, let me know in the comments below. Let me know any questions you have. If you asked a question a million times, post it and I will see it and I will answer it. Sooner or later, I will answer it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. See you tomorrow. Remember to carb up. Your next meal, make it carbs. Make it carbs on top of carbs. Make it carbs on top of carbs on top of carbs. You want the carbs. Carbo load. If you are alive, if you want to do more with your life, you're an athlete. So carb up. Look what athletes do. So I'm going to get some rest, get some shut-eye, early tomorrow, early to rise, early to cycle. Peace.